Hi everyone, my name is Abhiksha and today the topic is my hometown. The name of my hometown is Kurseong. Kurseong is a beautiful hill station and I love my hometown very much.
My hometown, one of the topics which I'm sure all of us have done during our school days. It used to be an assignment or homework. We might have received accolades for it or the teacher's fury. But today I'm getting this opportunity to redo the topic, but with a different perspective. And I'm sure this time I'll be able to do the justice to my hometown, and that is Kurseong. Kurseong is also one of the beautiful hill stations in Darjeeling district, but it has been overshadowed by its more popular neighboring towns like Darjeeling, Mirik and Kalimpong. While those towns have developed as tourist destinations, Kurseong has been left behind. This town also boasts of rich history along with some beautiful places to visit. It also holds some of the most important government departments, but somehow it has not received the attention it deserves. Only a chunk of tourists have been here. Apparently, for most tourists, Kurseong is just another small town while going to Darjeeling on their vacation. Due to my profession, I have crossed many states several times. And during my interaction with others, I always had to say, quote, I'm actually from a small town called Kurseong, which is located near Darjeeling, unquote. Or else left them wondering, and this made me realize that Kurseong is not as famous as we think it is. And turns out that Kurseong town is an unknown, unheard to many. I know that most of you would not agree with me, which is understandable. However, there'll be a few who does. So welcome to Nepali Vibes. Today, the story is about Kurseong, the forgotten town. Kurseong is a town and a municipality in the Darjeeling district in the Indian state of West Bengal. It is the headquarters of the Kurseong subdivision and has a pleasant climate, lush green tea gardens, scenic beauty, and stunning views of the Himalayan mountain range. It is famous for the white orchids, which are in abundance, giving it the name the Land of the White Orchids. Located at an altitude of 4,864 feet, and due to its location and its height, it boasts a pleasant climate throughout the year and is also one of the cleanest towns among Darjeeling hills. Kurseong is 34 kilometers from Siliguri and is connected to the city by road and the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway. It is connected through three main roads: National Highway 110, Pankhabari Road and Rohini Road. The story. According to various articles and multiple sources, the original inhabitants were the Lepcha people who named their home Kurseong because every spring it was alive and bright with Kurseong rib orchids. In the remote past, Kurseong was a part of the kingdom of Sikkim even before the British came to India. However, in around 1780, the Kingdom of Nepal conquered and annexed Kurseong and its surrounding areas. Then came the Gorkha War. After the arrival of the British in Darjeeling, Nepal lost the war, and then in 1817, in the Treaty of Titalia, Kurseong was restored to Sikkim, and then General Lloyd was sent to negotiate with the King of Sikkim for the transfer of Darjeeling and surrounding hills in return for an equivalent in money or land. The negotiations ended with the deed of grant on the 1st of February 1835, which provided them a strip of hill territory in Kurseong for an annual fee. It was a small village then, and since it was a hill station on the road to Darjeeling, Kurseong too began to develop. British, who were drawn to the area for its mild climate and stunning views of the Himalayan mountain range, they built colonial-style buildings and tea gardens, which quickly became the mainstay of the town's economy. In 1839, Dr. Campbell was transferred to Darjeeling as the superintendent. As Kurseong was located between Siliguri and Darjeeling, along with Darjeeling, Kurseong too started to develop. By 1840, a road was built from Pankhabari and a few bungalows were built. A hotel was started in Kurseong and also about 30 private houses were built. With its mountain providing a cool and dry environment in the summer, Kurseong was a favorite of the British. Nevertheless, they found traveling there from the plains of Bengal difficult, even on warm sunny days because of the mountains. And then a road was built from Kurseong to Darjeeling. However, due to its irregular maintenance, soon made the new route, the military road. The next route, Hillcart Road, now Tenzing Norgay Road, opened in 1861 and fared better. Kurseong became an independent municipality in 1879 and later in the year 1880, it gained its importance when the toy train service was extended to Kurseong. It became the headquarters of the subdivision in 1890 when the district of Darjeeling was formed. Kurseong was added to the Rajshahi division, now West Central Bangladesh, by the British Raj for the Bengal presidency. And also around the same year, a TB sanatorium was built where the sick could recuperate. In 1908, it was transferred to the Bhagalpur division in the same presidency. Before independence from the British, there were 12 ward commissioners. 4 of them were appointed by the British Raj and it also appointed the subdivision officer as their chairman. In 1939, when Bengal became a province of British India, Kurseong was allowed to elect its own member to be the chairman, but the Raj continued to send ward commissioners until India gained independence. Nevertheless, between 1939 and 1942, Kurseong grew rapidly. As of today, Kurseong has 20 commissioners. It also has some of the most important government-run departments: the Railway Printing Press, All India Radio Kurseong, and Doordarshan Kendra, which has been a part of Kurseong for ages. The Railway Printing Press. The British government established a printing press at Darjeeling in the first half of the 20th century. It is given the name Darjeeling Himalayan Railway Press, which was administered by Darjeeling Himalayan Railway Company Limited. But after a few years of its establishment, owing to some situation, the railway press was shifted to Kurseong. It was purchased by the Government of India on October 28, 1948. Thus, the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway Press, Kurseong was also governed by the Indian government. Later in the year 1999, it has been declared the World Heritage. With the introduction of the new era of the latest printing technology, privatization as well as globalization, a new scenario came into existence. By 2005, offset and digital printing were widely used printing techniques. With these new changes, even the government somehow need to accustom to new changes. So they have decided to shut down the press, and of course many protests happened with many letters to the government. Unfortunately, the final office order dated 23 July 2018 had been circulated with the final decision that the Kurseong printing press would be closed with effect from 31st July 2018. So the printing press, once a major part of Kurseong history, has closed all the machines for eternity and the entire department has shut down. All India Radio Kurseong. The present All India Radio Kurseong was then Mehtab Club that served the purpose of entertaining the members of the tea plantations. Then the same club became the All India Radio Station Kurseong, wherein programs were broadcasted in 1960 itself. Then on 2nd June 1962, All India Radio Kurseong was officially inaugurated, catering to its listeners with the program of various kinds that were both entertaining, informative and educational. As kids, we have been part of few children programs and Get Paid Too, which when broadcasted used to give us a sense of pride and happiness. In the year 1991, 23rd January, a new studio was set up close to the old club with high-end technology, thus reaching out to larger masses. Nepali news was relayed from New Delhi, and then the station that was under the central government has been declared as an autonomous body by Prasar Bharati on 5th October 2007. Recently, that is on 23rd March 2023, there came a major change which is a very proud moment for all of us, and that is All India Radio Kurseong is to be upgraded to the only hub of content generation and transmission for Nepali language broadcasted in the entire country from 1st April 2023, thereby creating a new chapter in the history of All India Radio Kurseong. What a moment it must have been for all the staffs and AIR Kurseong family. Doordarshan Kendra. Doordarshan Kendra in Kurseong was established in the year 1985. Before this, only Bangladesh channels could be seen on TV, and after its establishment, we finally got to see our dear old Doordarshan channels with Bengali programs, and then slowly our Nepali cultural songs also started airing in the evening slot around 5:30. That was the only section based on Nepali programs. As kids, we used to enjoy many shows based on children, and who can forget the story of Ramayana, Mahabharata and few countable shows based on kids every Sunday. And during those days, these kind of shows had a different value unlike today. But now, owing to the technological upgrade, the government has decided to shut down the analog service and provide us the digital Doordarshan channels. Even the aviation light, which was at the top of the tower, has been stopped, and we don't know what the future holds. It has a sentimental value for all the locals, and we can't imagine our beloved Kurseong without a massive and beautiful tower that gave an identity to the place. Polytechnic College. Darjeeling Polytechnic, located in Kurseong subdivision, was established in the year 1964 and presently offers diploma engineering courses in the Darjeeling district of West Bengal. It was established to cater to the needs of aspiring students from the hills of West Bengal who wanted to study engineering but did not have the financial means to leave their homes and move to distant places for education. In the course of 56 years of its establishment, the institute has achieved more. It has carved a niche as being the only institute providing quality engineering education for local students, many of whom are employed in different departments and firms of the Hill District. This highlights the pivotal role the institute had played and has in all sense lived up to all its glory. Among the towns of Darjeeling district, Kurseong has nicknamed as the school town due to the emergence of many new schools in the town. Like the other hill stations within the district of Darjeeling, Kurseong also has its fair share of renowned schools established during the British rule in India. Few of the schools are St. Alphonsus High School, St. Helens Convent, Goethals Memorial School, Dowhill Girls' School and Victoria Boys' School. And later many other private schools or government schools also emerged, due to which many paying guests and private hostels are run by the locals, being the constant source for their incomes. Eagles Creek is a tall watchtower with a spiral metal staircase nested on a cliff above the tea gardens of Kurseong. It is a sunset viewpoint that offers panoramic views of Kurseong town, Teesta Valley and endless stretches of tea gardens in the surrounding mountains. It also has a small park and Gorkhaland Movement Memorial located within its premises. Eagles Creek is an iconic landmark of Kurseong. Dowhill Road. Well, this place is famous for supernatural stories and considered to be the most haunted hill station among supernatural enthusiasts. However, that is a debatable topic. But this place does have that vibe, as the vast portion of Dowhill is so covered with dense forest and towering pine trees and remains eternally covered with mist. And to cater to the quest of the ardent devotees, one more pilgrimage site has recently been added to the list. It is a large statue of Lord Hanuman constructed by the Gorkha Territorial Administration, which was officially declared open to the public in the year 2021 on the auspicious occasion of Sri Hanuman Jayanti. And you can see the mighty Hanuman once you start climbing towards the hills from the plains. Kurseong's calm atmosphere and pleasant climate have attracted several famous personalities in the past. Guru Rabindranath Tagore composed some of his most famous songs and poems here. Sister Nivedita, the disciple of Swami Vivekananda, had made this place her home. Even Mark Twain spent some time here. However, Kurseong is most popularly associated with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, who was imprisoned in a bungalow here by the British. The bungalow has now been turned into a museum and showcases the furniture and other items used by Netaji. Once you leave the town behind and drive another 2 kilometers, you will reach St. Mary's Hills. There, you will witness the Eastern Forest Rangers College, which is the only forest training institution under the Government of India exclusively to train forest range officers from various states and union territories. It is the third forest rangers college in the country. Established in 1974, the institution has created generations of forest rangers who make India's forest safe. The college was originally founded to cater to the needs of the eastern and northeastern states. The intake capacity of the college is presently 50. It is one of the premier training institutions in the country. And if you climb a little further, there is a beautiful spot called Goretto or Grotto. It has been constructed in a replica of the Lady of Lords, France. It is one of the famous pilgrimages site not only for Christians but for people of all religions. They have a firm belief that the statue of the Virgin Mother Mary has the divine power to fulfill all the wishes and capable of healing diseases by lighting the candles so that their wishes are fulfilled. The chimney, 8 kilometers from Kurseong, gets its name from a 23-foot high, 100 years old chimney that was probably built during the World War I and used by the British officers. Apart from this, there is a forest museum that houses bones and wooden artifacts along with models of a dam, forest houses, etc. However, as India gained independence and the country modernized, Kurseong was left behind. The younger generations moved away to bigger cities in search of better job opportunities, and the town is left with aspiring students, and most of them will leave this place for a better future, middle-aged and aging population and declining infrastructure. Kurseong may have been forgotten, but it has a rich heritage and culture that is waiting to be explored. With the right attention and investment, Kurseong can emerge as a popular tourist destination and a hub for cultural and economic development in the region. It can be one of the tourism hubs with the efforts of its locals and the support of visitors, and of course with the proper government. It has the potential to become a thriving town once again. Many hotels, restaurants and homestays have sprung up, and one of them is Gitanjali Cottage of my dear friend Anantaraj Guru, my first and today's video sponsor. Link is in the description below. So this was Nepali Vibes initiative to give Kurseong the credit it deserves and flourish. We request support and initiative from everyone, especially the ones who grew up in Kurseong or somewhere the town has been a part of your life and holds an emotional connection. Without your support, this will not be possible. All you have to do is share this video as much as possible. So I hope this video of mine will somehow bring a change that this beautiful town deserves. Let's bring our beloved Kurseong and its beautiful stories to the world. And lastly, this is for all viewers who have not visited Kurseong. Come, this place has a unique charm and is a getaway from the hustle and bustle of city life. And we welcome you with open arms. We are waiting for you. Atiti Devo Bhava.
So that was about my hometown, Kurseong. I hope you liked this video. So please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.